All right, so we've talked about cell division, we've talked about genes and chromosomes and how they're inherited and what traits they represent. So I want to talk about heritability estimates. And heritability estimates really is just a measure of the likelihood of a trait being passed from parent to offspring. And these estimates will vary anywhere from 0% to about 70%. You can't really go much higher than that because there's no way to be absolutely sure what traits are going to be passed from parent to offspring. So we really can't guesstimate much beyond 70%. If a trait is highly heritable, so it's closer to that 70% mark, a producer will see improvements in his herd faster than traits that have a low heritability estimate. So we talk in percentages here. They can also be presented as a decimal. If they are a decimal, the closer the decimal is to 1, the higher the heritability. Whereas the smaller the decimal or the lower the decimal, the closer it is to 0, the lower the heritability. Typically speaking, if we look at general trends, heritability estimates for traits in beef cattle are generally higher than traits in swine. So we can typically estimate what traits are going to be inherited better in cattle than we can in swine. Heritability estimates are typically higher for carcass quality traits, so we can look at muscling, we can look at fat content, that sort of thing. We can better estimate that than we can reproductive traits. So healthy babies, average daily gain, in swine we're looking at number of offspring, that sort of thing. Those are traits that are harder to tell. Traits with low heritability estimates are improved most through environment. Okay, so there's this whole idea of nature versus nurture. So nurture is the environment in which the animal is raised. Okay, whereas nature is the genetic material that they're presented with when they are born, or when that egg is fertilized, whichever way you want to look at it. High heritability estimated traits are improved most through selective breeding. You can also improve it through environmental improvements. So what I mean by environmental improvements, these can be things like the diet that we feed our animals. Really, your genetic traits don't have much to do with your diet. Things like which animal do you breed your animal to? So if we're looking at reproductive traits, which are harder to estimate, your reproductive traits can be better influenced by selective breeding to a certain animal, or it can also be, let's put this animal under lights, maybe heat will help, or maybe a lower stress environment will help her produce more babies, things like that. So that's environment versus genetics. As always, let me know if you have any questions. This is all I've got for you on cells and genetics and cell division. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, thanks for watching.